day everyone, this is Jen's fashion channel. Thanks to all my amazing fans and subscribers. This channel is all about leveling up on your fashion designing skill, and today I'm going to teach you how to draft a basic bodice. As a beginner, it's very crucial for you to know how to draft a basic bodice because it's going to help you a great deal in your fashion designing journey. So if it is what you are all about, you are definitely at the right place. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now will be a very good time for you to smash on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? The first thing is to draw a line as my baseline. Then I will get my neck curve, and I'm using 3 inches for my neck width and 4 inches for my neck depth. I will mark and I will connect like so. Then I'm going to come up from those points by 1.5 inches diagonally. I will mark and I will connect like so to get a perfect round curve. Then the next thing is to take my shoulder measurement, divide by 2, and the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 16 inches. If it is being divided by 2, it will give me 8 inches. I will mark it. Then I will come down from this my shoulder point by 1 inch for my shoulder slope because you know our shoulder is not straight. Then I will mark it and I will connect it to the neck width like so. Then the next thing is to get my armhole depth. And for me to get my armhole depth, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect it like so. Then from this my armhole depth, I'm going to draw a horizontal line like so as my chest line. Then the next thing is to get my armhole curve. And for me to get my armhole curve, I'm going to get the midpoint of this my armhole line. I will mark it. Then from this point, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. I will mark it. Then on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect these 3 points like so to get a perfect armhole curve. Then the next thing is to get my vertical measurements. So I'm going to come down by 10 inches for my bust line, and I will come down by 17 inches for my waistline. Then I'm going to come down by 24 inches for my hip line. I will mark and I will draw the lines. Then I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2. I will mark it on the bust line. And I'm going to mark the same thing on the hip line and I will connect with a straight ruler like so. Then the next thing is to get my waist dart, okay? So I'm going to go in from this point, from the waist point, as you can see, by 1/2 inch and go out by 1/2 inch. But if you are very busty, as in very busty, you go out by 1 inch and go in by 1 inch. Then from this my bust point, I'm going to go down by 1 inch. This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I will mark and I will connect like so. Then from this my hip line, I'm going to go up by 2 inches. I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect this my waist dart to 8 like so. Then I will go ahead and take my horizontal measurement. On the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement divide by 4. I'm not going to add joining allowance, okay? But if you are transferring this on your fabric, okay, you add joining allowance. Then on the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement divide by 4. Then I'm going to replace this 1 inch intake darts here. Then I'm going to mark it. Then on the full top length, I'm going to take my hip measurement divide by 4. I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. On this my waistline, I'm going to use my curve ruler to blend it, okay, to remove that sharp edge. Then for the side dart, I'm going to go down from this my bust line here by 1.5 inches. But if you are very busty, as if your bust size is from 45 inches up, you come down by 2 inches. But if you're of a medium size, as in from 44 down to 37, you come down by 1.5 inches. Then if your bust size is from 36 inches down, you come down by 1 inch. I will mark it and I'm going to connect it to the bust point like so. Then from this my bust point, I'm going to go down by 1 inch, okay? This is to remove any form of pointiness on the bust area. I will mark it. Then on this my dart, this line here, I'm going to go up by half an inch and go down by half an inch to form a dart. Then I'm going to connect them to the 1 inch I went down with, like so. You know, by the time you join this dart here, the length of your top is going to reduce. So I'm going to replace this 1 inch dart intake here on the full top length, okay? So here I'm going to add 1 inch. I will mark and I will connect in a slanty way like so. Again, by the time I join this dart here, I'm going to short fabric there. So I'm going to extend this line, the one at the center, with half an inch, okay? I will mark and I will connect like so. I didn't intend to add joining allowance on this my pattern drafting because this is just a basic body block, okay? But I know people tend to forget joining allowance on the shoulder. So I'm going to add half an inch on the shoulder for joining allowance. I will mark and I will connect like so. So guys, basically this is just it. We'll now go ahead and cut. So follow me closely. Let's cut. So this is it. You can see how perfect it came out. We'll now move over to the back panel. I will first take out 1 inch for my zipper allowance. You can use 1.5 inches. It is not cast in stone. I will mark and I will draw the line. Then I'm going to draw a line here as my baseline. Then the next thing is to get my neck curve, and I'm using 3 inches for my neck width and 2 inches for my neck depth. I will mark and I will connect like so. Then I will take my shoulder measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it. Then I'm going to come down by 1 inch from the shoulder point for my shoulder slope. I will mark it and connect it to the neck width like so. Then the next thing is to get my armhole depth. And for me to get my armhole depth, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 6 plus 1.5 inches. I will mark it and I will connect it like so. Then I will draw a horizontal line from this my armhole depth as my chest line. The armhole curve on the front part is different from the armhole curve on the back part. So for me to get the armhole curve of the back part, I'm going to get the midpoint of this my line. I will mark it. Then on the chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it and I'm going to connect like so. Then the next thing is to get my vertical measurement. For the bust line, I will come down by 10 inches. For the waistline, I'm going to come down by 15 inches because my waistline for the back part is 15. You know, waistline of front part and back part are always different, okay? Mine is on 15. I will mark it. Then for the full top length, I'm going to go down by 24 inches. I will mark and I will connect like so. Then I'm going to take my nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. I will mark it on the bust line and I will connect straight down to the full top length like so. And the next thing is to create my darts. So I'm going to go in from this my waist point, okay? I'm going to go in by half an inch and go out by half an inch like so. Then I'm going to extend this my line with 1 inch like so. I will mark and I will connect like so. Then on this my hip point, I'm going to go up by 2 inches, okay? I will mark it. Then I'm going to connect it to the waist dart like so. Then I will take my horizontal measurement. On the bust line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it. On the waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement, divide by 4. I'm going to replace this 1 inch dart intake here. I will mark it. Then on the full top length, I'm going to take my hip measurement, divide by 4. I will mark it. And I'm going to connect my markings to serve as a guide for cutting. Then I'm going to use my curve ruler to blend up this my waist point, okay, to remove that sharp edge. Then on this my waist point, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. This is to remove any form of bulginess on the waist area. I will mark and connect up like so, and also connect it down like so. Then I will go ahead and take my zipper allowance, and I'm using 1 inch. So I'm going to mark like so, okay? On this part that I went in by 1/2 inch, I will start taking my measurement from that 1/2 inch I went in with, okay? Then I will carry on like so. Then I will connect my markings. Then I will add 1/2 inch joining allowance on the shoulder line. I will mark and I will connect like so. So guys, that's it. You can see how it came out. It is that simple. You can go ahead and remove this sharp edge here, though this is optional. If you want to remove it, you can go up from this your full top length here by 1 inch or 2 inches. You mark and connect back to the full top length, okay? So guys, that's it. I now go ahead and cut. So guys, that's it. And this is all I have for you for today. If you find this tutorial helpful, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. See you in my next video. Bye.